Hey guys, today I thought I'd show you what I'd made from one of the education sites on YouTube. What I'm doing now is I'm priming a Meths burning stove by filling this groove up here with Meths. That's one side. And then I'm just going to light it, and I'll tell you how it works in a bit. Let's see if it works first. If it works, come on. Well, apparently I'm the only person in the world who can't get Meths to burn. Let's turn that around. Whoa! Right. Well, that was a fail, wasn't it? Hey guys. Today I'd like to show you what I've made from one of the sites on YouTube, and it's called a Lynx deodorant can primer stove. And what I've got in here is, and you might just be able to see it's lit now, but I've got a little well in the side here that's full of Meths, and yes, it is burned, but you can't really see it in this light. I'm hoping that because I'm going to warm this up, it's going to burn a bit better. Because Meths likes to be warm before it's lit. Now in this tin I've got round about up to that rim there full of Meths. I've got 16 jet holes here, and I've drilled out the what would normally be the spray nozzle. I still can't get this to burn. Put a bit more Meths on it, hopefully. No. Right, now at the top here you can see it's alight. I'll get that to light down there as well. Don't think so. A little bit more Meths involved. Trickery. A little bit tricky. There we go. Plenty of Meths in, and it burns straight away. Okay, now what it's doing is it's warming up the Meths in the can, and in about 30 seconds this will burn out. It looks a bit dramatic at the moment, but it'll burn out and then it'll start coming out through the jets. And as you can see now, we've got what almost resembles a gas stove. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my jerry can on here. First of all, move that across to a more stable part. Makeshift table in my voice. I'm going to stick this on top of there. Now, as you can see, it's got quite a lot of energy going on there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this on here as a temporary lid, makeshift lid, and now I'm going to start the timing. So we're going to see exactly how long it takes to boil. What's in there is 500 millilitres of water. That is equivalent of 2 cups, or in English a pint, or Americans I think still use pints as well. But this video shouldn't take more than a couple of minutes long, so hopefully, because of all the force of this water, and the lid to seal the top, which creates a good seal. We should get this going straight away. Let me just go through how I made this. First of all, I chopped off about 1/2 inch to 20mm off the bottom of the aerosol can with a hacksaw. Then I measured up, well, from this bottom I measured up, when I measured the 20mm I went up to 60mm, and I cut that off at, with the hacksaw as well. I tidied up the edges here and on this one at the bottom of it. I flared the edges out with a tool, just a round edged tool, and then I wedged the top part of the can into the bottom part of the can. Luckily I've got a vice, so I managed to just put them together and gently tighten it, and it squeezed them together. If you can't, or if you haven't got a vice, piece of wood on top of one and gently tap it with a hammer, it should also work. I've drilled, leaning on my bench there, I've drilled 16 jet holes around the outside. I don't know if you can see it, but only the larger one, oh no, some of the smaller ones are working. Yeah, they're all working, it's just you can't see them because it's very fine dust. 16 holes there, and they're burning. The nozzle end I just pulled out with the pliers and then drilled through, and when I cut them in half I chucked the straw away that's inside it. And that's as simple as it is. It took about half an hour to make. I personally was a bit, what could I say, I was a bit hesitant to make it because I didn't think it would work. And when I'd made it, I kept checking the video on YouTube to see if I'd actually made it right, because it seemed too simple to be the real deal. So now we're on about 3 minutes at the moment. Let me just have a look. Not quite yet. If I was out while camping, I would do this method anyway, because I always have my brew first. You can cook water in this one. You've got enough for your first cup of coffee. Then what I would normally do is pour the rest of the liquid in there, put that on the stove and start cooking things like noodles or stews or beans or whatever in that, because that liquid's already hot and it starts off the cooking process a lot quicker. These jerry cans are brilliant for this sort of cooking because they're small, lightweight, convenient, and they do wrap around a jerry can bottle. Such as my one here. Little advert for RTI in Lutterworth. That cost me £2. Went to a car boot, that cost me £1. These are normally about £6 from RTI, that cost me £2, but you can get the bottles inside those cans for about £5 from RTI. It's a Army Navy surplus store, lots of nice things there, knives, doesn't sell guns yet, machetes, boots, army gear basically. When I went there it was really good and I enjoyed looking around, bought a few bits including this, which I've been looking for on the internet and that for a while, but now I've got one, I'm happy. Right, so the next stage is to look again into the pot, and I can see some bubbles in there but it's not boiling yet. What we're on now is coming up to 6 minutes. Now, I would have thought that had boiled, but it has got, remember, it has got 2 cups of water in it. It's quite a lot of water for a little burner. I might try to see if I can put liquid in a wider pan to see if it'll cook quicker. Just because it's and we've got a lot of heat coming around the outside with the flames on the outside. A bit like your stoves at home, you don't want the gas to be running around the outside of your pots. Back on my inside here, I've got around about that much Meths in it. I would say it's about 70 millilitres. A couple of shots if you like. What else can I say about it? I'm just waiting for it to boil. But I've made it, I'm proud of it, and I think it's an ingenious and simple way of making something. To carry this in your backpack if you're hiking, and to make your soup in your tent, because it's relatively safe, and if it was to fall over, all you'd have to do is put something on top of it. Obviously the liquid would spill out and start burning stuff, but it goes out dead quickly. If I was to give that a hard blow now, it would blow out straight away. Now I'm going to take you out my makeshift camera stand, tripod. I'll show you that first of all. Yeah, my phone was wedged in that gap because I haven't got a stand for it. And now let's just see if this is actually boiling. There you go. You see the water is just about to start to boil. There's the water coming up. Let's put that back on there. And that's took me 7-8 minutes now, dead on 8 minutes. Yeah, it seems like a long time for a cup of water, but if you're in a camp and you can't light fires, it's a brilliant little gizmo. If nothing else, being a bit arty and sort of like creative, it gives me a sense of achievement, because you can see that it really is a nice little gas stove. I feel proud about it anyway. Leave your comments and let me know what you think. Bye for now.